Hey everyone, it's Flackfire. Earlier this year, Electronic Arts caught a bit of criticism for reportedly setting a 100 million player goal for Battlefield 6. Those internal numbers were part of a report from Ars Technica and figures even employees allegedly believed impossible. However, I don't think that's the case. Battlefield 6 is stepping into a perfect storm of planning and luck, and it could shake decades-long power structures in the video game industry. For this video, we're going to talk about the potential of Battlefield 6, how EA has systematically built a product designed to leapfrog competitors, and what the future might hold. Quick note, if you want to maximize your potential in Battlefield 6, now's a good time to mention GearUP, an app designed to combat lag, ping spikes, and even disconnects by routing your connection through dedicated, high-speed pathways for the best FPS experience. GearUP can also lock your server to the nearest one, or the one you want to play. Whether that's in North America or the EU, GearUP can help you do that while ensuring your ping and packet loss are kept at the lowest possible. GearUP cut my ping from about 70 down to 20. That can be a game-changing difference. It's safe to use, and GearUP has even partnered with the developers behind games like Delta Force and Arena Breakout. I've provided a couple of links that can help everyone tackle issues with server locking, so feel free to check it out based on your needs. So, Battlefield 6, there's an assumption the game cannot attain 100 million players, like that's some kind of impossible number. It's not, and in fact there's precedent for it. Call of Duty Warzone hit 100 million registered users back in 2021. I'm assuming that's the metric that we're looking at here, and it's proof that it can be done. Side note, Fortnite has clocked an estimated 650 million registered users. Admittedly, Battlefield's best-selling game was Battlefield 1, which topped out at around 30 million players. It's important to understand that Battlefield 6 is a very different game. It includes the core multiplayer experience, the campaign, Portal, and RedSec, Battlefield's answer to the Battle Royale. I'll talk about that last thing in a minute, but I think we need to have a serious discussion about Portal and why you're sleeping on it. Many people undoubtedly consider Portal somewhat of a novelty, like a basic tool for custom games, but that's not what it is. EA has built it as a vehicle for new games and has been steadily expanding its capabilities since its initial launch with Battlefield 2042. During their Investor Day in 2024, EA outlined its vision for the future, and it might surprise you to learn that it's significantly based on user-generated experiences. The company envisions a world in which players make the jump to developers, and there's a social ecosystem to carry them. We saw a proof of concept during that Investor Day presentation, and although that may seem a long way off, it is arriving quickly. EA's Chief Strategy Officer Mihir Vadia demonstrated how EA plans to facilitate user creation by giving them the tools necessary to build gaming experiences without a foundation in coding. Now, AI is presented as a linchpin to that strategy, and while that element isn't quite ready yet, Portal is already forming the basis for user-generated experiences. There is a plethora of custom experiences up and running on Portal right now. Players have rebuilt the Avalanche experience from one of the game's trailers. There are a bunch of various flight training simulators, and someone has even built an experience based on Call of Duty Zombies. EA themselves also quietly testing some of their own in-house ideas on the Portal platform. Now, you might see some of these things as cheap imitations, but Vadia acutely understands the direction of gaming and the inevitable explosion of user-generated experiences.
That experimental new products anchored on transformative new technologies, they may feel rudimentary at the start, but they can evolve into so much more. And second, that over time, they can unlock new and adjacent categories that ultimately expand the market as opposed to cannibalize it.
He's 100% correct, and there is plenty of history to back this up. Mods were derived from popular games, and many of them evolved into standalone experiences. In fact, both PUBG and Dota fall into this category, and they are consistently ranked in the top 5 games on Steam charts. Other titles like Roblox are already supporting user-generated experiences and paying users for them. From the Investor Day presentation, Vidya signals EA is prepared to leverage hundreds of thousands of assets to make this happen because it could mean the next viral game happens in their ecosystem. EA recognizes that the next billion-dollar franchise might not take the traditional development route, and it might be a good idea to see if gamers can actually make good games. Somewhere out there, the next big idea is stuck behind things like education or access, and if EA can remove those roadblocks, that potential is huge and it really carries minimal risk. Battlefield's Portal software development kit works with Godot and is the tip of the spear for this. It includes everything users need to edit maps and rules. In their current iteration, Portal and the SDK do require a bit of coding knowledge, but these tools will likely be further expanded and developed in the future. It also inherently leverages the unique capabilities of the Frostbite engine. EA, of course, will continue to support AAA game development, but if they can't go toe-to-toe with powerhouses like Microsoft, which has been said for quite some time, this is a great way to hedge bets. Put differently, if EA builds the vehicle for user-generated experiences and elevates them, I wouldn't be surprised to see a new Battlefield app, for example, they can shift from being an experience within a product to being the product itself. Vidya explicitly says this during his Investor Day presentation.
Over time, you can imagine these same players and others like them continue to build in, around, and beyond EA's foundations, maybe even creating experiences that become the basis of entirely new chart-topping IPs. This would represent a new level of symbiotic relationship between our own developers and UGX creators, and one with our own IPs being the launch pads for new experiences and businesses.
Of course, this kind of success doesn't just happen in a vacuum. Providing tools to people doesn't necessarily guarantee success, and that's where things like RedSec come in. If EA supports the game mode well in its infancy, it could translate to 100 million players on its own merit. This is especially possible with the lack of excitement surrounding this year's Call of Duty and Warzone fatigue. RedSec offers a different experience than traditional Battlefield, and it's doing another thing differently. It's free to play. This massively opens the game up to an audience previously untapped by the franchise. RedSec is also customizable in Portal and the SDK, offering the potential for custom fan experiences that could reshape what we define as Battle Royale. Similarly, it's worth noting that Battlefield 6's launch stands out from others by how it's handling creators. EA just launched a creator website for influencers, which features exclusive rewards and unique opportunities, quote unquote. It's got a surprisingly low bar for consideration. Just want to throw that out there, that if you are thinking about applying, you absolutely should. EA also introduced creator codes. Previous games lacked both of these things, and they didn't really allow EA to leverage creator influence on a broad scale or to react quickly. If EA can use creators to introduce, say, new Portal experiences to players or to create them themselves, then it's got even more potential. It's important to reiterate that there's no easy path to 100 million players for Battlefield 6, but RedSec, Portal, and leveraging creators will absolutely drive those numbers up. We can only hope the post-launch roadmap for the game can keep up with player demand, anti-cheat, and that developers avoid the pitfalls that have swallowed up previous titles. I still think Portal is the absolute wild card, and it's not getting enough discussion. I played a lot of custom experiences as part of prep for this video, and I can absolutely see the potential here. Side note, if you have an experience you think I should check out on Portal, make sure to tell me about it in the comments. I'm working on a video looking at the best Portal experiences. Also, make sure to tell me your thoughts on how you think Battlefield 6 can hit that 100 million milestone. Again, a special thank you to GearUP for sponsoring this video. Now's a great time to sign up for the upper hand in Battlefield 6, so check the links in the video description. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If not, a dislike. Make sure to subscribe, tap the bell to get updates on the latest Battlefield videos, and as always, thanks for watching.